Yeah, we are here now.
Oh shit. Oh god. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. That's the opening speech that I prepared. Okay. Anyway, welcome. We're celebrating the release of our new album, Caffeine Rush 2, together with some of the artists, as you can see on your screen right now. Basically, we'll just be having a bit of a chat with all of you guys, and we hope we can at least attempt to pretend as if we're having a release party. Anyway, I suggest maybe everybody should introduce himself. What's the best way to do this?
I think we'll just go by order of the cameras.
Yeah, is order of the cameras the same?
Who are you? I'll just say whoever has to go. Okay, Philip. Who are you?
I'm Philip. I'm Philip. I'm part from Teen Sugar and High Tea.
Well, my name is Robin from Teen Sugar, and then we'll go to Niels, Black Crows.
Yo, my name is Niels. I'm part of Black Crows, and I'm from Holland. So, hi.
Okay, next.
Hi. Next is Jurjen. We also know him as Zazu, and he also works at High Tea, of course.
Hello.
Yeah. All right. Locust.
Yes, usually in this introduction bit you have a ball that someone throws at you.
Oh, that would have been a good idea.
Yes, so I'm gonna throw the ball to the next one.
And the next one is your partner, Dossa.
Okay, now you have to do it. Benny, you have to introduce yourself.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm Benny. On the weekends, known as Dossa, apart from Dossa and Locust. So glad to be here.
Nice.
Wait, also say where you're from. That may be fun for everyone.
I'm from Austria.
He's from Germany, but he's scared. He's afraid to admit it.
All right, Phonetic.
I'm Lawrence, aka Phonetic. I'm also from from Austria.
Another one. All right, Rex.
Glad to be here.
Hi, I'm Siim. I'm Rex Hooligan. I'm from Estonia, currently based in Switzerland.
A great drum and bass country.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I think both.
Yeah.
That goes for Austria and Estonia.
Yeah.
And Holland. So far, we're doing good, right? Okay, who's next?
Hassan and Overload.
I'm one part of Hassan and Overload. I'm Overload, and I'm from Czech Republic. Thank you for having me.
Another one of the great countries, man. We got
Another one.
here.
Next one is Quoon.
So hi everyone, I'm Kun from Vietnam. I'm Asian, so yeah.
But you are in America right now, or not?
Yeah, I'm living in America.
Nice. That's
still.
not one of the main drum and bass countries, but who knows in the future? Who knows?
I think it's coming up there. Who knows in a couple of years. All right,
So
and
maybe.
we have Bloom.
I'm Michael. I'm from an evil country, Germany.
It's like Mordor or something.
Yeah.
We have a fight between Austria and Germany and see who wins.
Well, I'm already friends with him since he has the same chair as me, apparently.
Oh, damn.
Good boy. Good boy.
Wait, aren't you from? You're from Cologne, right, Michael, or not?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's a city like half an hour from Cologne, I guess. So.
Yeah, I mean, Cologne's a good drum and bass city. I think we have a pretty good representation of the scene here today. Okay,
Yeah, we're going worldwide, man. Awesome.
we're going worldwide in Europe, basically, and a side trip to America. Okay, anyway, the first topic of today was how we all got introduced to drum and bass, and I just want to talk a little bit about the scene and the way we think we can influence the scene so that it grows and we attract new people to our beautiful drum and bass genre. So we kind of need a ball, don't you think? How are we gonna do
Right.
this?
Does somebody have a ball here?
Yeah, I do have one here.
Okay.
One ball.
I can't throw it anywhere, that's the problem.
That's big.
No, I don't have.
You know what? It's free for all. Who wants to start? So what was the way you got introduced to
Who
drum and
thinks
bass?
he has a fun story about this? Nobody has a fun story about how they got into drum and bass.
I think the problem is that everyone has a fun story and everybody knows that. So
we're just gonna pick someone then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Overload.
Oh damn! So the question was how we get into drum and bass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically it started with Pendulum as I was younger. Everybody was listening to Pendulum around me, and I was like, yeah, that music is fantastic. It's energetic, and somehow I don't remember how, but I found out about Netsky. About his old tracks, and that was the stuff that gets me into drum and bass. And I started researching more stuff about drum and bass, found Electricity Channel, found UKF, and that's basically my boring story about how I get into drum and bass.
I think Pendulum is like, I'm guessing half of us started out with Pendulum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, who didn't start out with Pendulum?
Yeah, that's the better question, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
No, everybody
yeah,
here
I
started
got
with
it.
Did I hear somebody? No Pendulum?
Yeah, it's me, Black Rose.
Hi.
I didn't start with Pendulum.
Tell us your story. It must be way more unique.
Well, yeah. So actually, we own this channel Bass Entity, and we were producing hardstyle for like 10 years already. And somehow my buddy started this channel, and he was uploading some jump up and some really, really deep experimental stuff, like not your usual drum and bass, but like the real kind of, it's almost like the same as a deep dubstep, you know, this kind of watery sounds like this. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I kind of fell into love with that, somehow mixed with Neurofunk, and I listened to those mixes he made so much that I loved it, but I didn't know any artist of it. So I didn't really start with any artist, but I just found the music, and it kind of took me into Jump Up, and now we're like going like literally everywhere with our style, like. But yeah, we didn't start with just an artist.
Nice. Also, okay, that's a different story from the rest, I think. And basically, the second thing I was wondering about, like, okay, now since we all started out some way, I mean, new people are still being born, I guess. And I was wondering, like, how are we gonna make sure they start out with drum and bass? You know, especially during Corona, because there are no parties anymore. I was kind of wondering in what way you guys are trying to reach the younger audiences these days. Let me see who. I gotta go for Dosa and Locust. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this.
Well, we do have a monthly podcast going where we also play like different stuff, not only drum bass, like all kinds of music that somehow has funk in their DNA. And yeah, I think the most important thing is just to be open-minded and not too strict about genres and too strict about what you do. And yeah, I think that way we can get new people in there, just play different genres as well. And yes, someone may just find out about our show because we played a funk track on there, and he searched for that track, or she searched for the track on SoundCloud, and then suddenly this person finds a whole podcast about this, and there's drum and bass inside there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, seems like
that's a good way. Yeah.
In terms of picking the kids up is interesting one, because if I think for myself, I came into drum and bass over heavy metal actually. So I think that there needs to be a bridge somewhere in the habitants of the or like the what the kids are used to here, which is basically radio music or like trap or gangster, I don't know, whatever. But so I think there just needs to be a link somewhere. If it's just an event where there is two stages, where the one is playing more popular music and the other one is drum and bass, or if it's a release like with mixed genres on one album or something. So I think that's the way to go.
Yeah,
and it also would be awesome if the radio would adapt more drum and bass actually.
Yeah,
I think
bootleg
might be the way to go. I think
It's very
bootlegs-
interesting
Way to go.
because if for instance, you look at Karma and Crooked here in Austria, they kind of made it into the, like they have tunes on their in their discography which can be seen somewhere in between pop and drum and bass. So this is exactly what I meant. They just came into this direction to pick the people up and pull them into drum and bass. And nowadays in Austria, it grew that big. Also because it was played in the radio that much, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think that we could change in drum and bass to get this, like to pull new people in, is to be open-minded ourselves as well. Because I just imagine if we would play a disco track or a house track in our sets, we would probably get a lot of angry faces on the dance floor. And I think that is something that we could change. Just don't
I
be
see what
afraid
you mean there. I see what you mean there. I think in order to reach new people, we also have to be open-minded ourselves.
Yeah.
But it really depends on where I'm playing, actually, because sometimes we tend to just throw in one different track, you know, like one house track or whatever, or a bootleg.
Yeah.
We do it more at festivals as well, you know, where there's more, multiple genres anyway. So people are more into that already.
True.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
Okay, actually, I'm also wondering, Koen, how did you get into drum bass, being on the other side of the ocean?
If I had to say, I think like when I was like 13 or something, I discovered UKF and started listening to music from them. And yeah, but my first track was like a dubstep track, so. But after that, I started doing drum bass stuff. Right after I discovered UKF, I at the same time get into the music stuff and start playing instruments. But I'm not really like good at that. And like after a while, I get into like producing and just make some funky tune.
Funky tunes. I think there are more people here into funky tunes. I can see some people smiling over there.
At first I do house, and I got all the kicks all over the place. And, funky tune, boy.
Okay, cool. I say we move on to the next subject, otherwise we'll never reach the end of the topics. Anyway, the second part, this is one of my favorite parts, the shows. Fucking miss doing shows.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was wondering, what were you guys funniest experiences you've had during a show? Let me see, who am I gonna pick? Fanatic. Your funniest show experience.
Well, that's quite difficult. I mean, I always had a lot of fun when I play, which is not really often because I do these live sets, and it's quite hard to get spots or slots. But it was actually my first gig where I played at, I think it's one of the highest festivals in Europe. It's Innsbruck, actually. It's on basically the top of the mountain. And it's Seegrube, if you know it.
I think I've heard of it, actually.
Yeah, it's 2,000 meters high. They do tents and stuff, and there were like 1,000 people. It was quite funny, and it was quite stressful because the thing was quite unorganized. So I was really stressed out because it was my first gig anyways, but in the end it turned out really nice, and the crowd, I think, which was like really unbiased in drum and bass and really didn't expect it. The tent was full, so it's a really cool experience. Yeah.
Sounds like a proper experience.
Yeah, and a lot of people told me, yeah, it was nice, and they really liked it. Although they had no context to drum and bass, but that was really nice.
Nice. And what does your live set look like? Like, how many people is it? What kind of instruments?
I basically work with MIDI controller, like keyboard and this, how's it called, launchpad stuff. I have some videos on my YouTube channel if you're interested, so you can.
So it's like just you. I thought maybe you were bringing vocalists in or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes if it's possible, I bring vocalists in because it's always nicer to have like this link because they can make much more interaction to the crowd. Because I'm mostly like busy pressing buttons and stuff.
Yeah. That's a good point. I guess that's basically why we need MCs.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Okay. Who else got like a proper gig story? Wait, just raise your hand if you have like if it's sex or drugs related.
We're looking for crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, we have one. Okay, there we go. Niels.
Okay, so
Wait, take your mask. I think it's time. Review yourself for the grand story.
yeah. Give me a sec. Yo.
Whoa, who's that?
So it's actually a kind of a weird story that turned out to be a good one. We were playing in Cologne.
Hey!
I can't remember the place anymore of what it was called, but the minute we got booked there, we didn't care about the place because Cologne was the first gig there, so we didn't care at all.
Why do you care? If it's your first gig there, you care more.
Yeah, but I mean, not about the place. I was just excited to play in Cologne. I didn't care about how the club is going to look like because I was thinking it's going to turn out cool anyway.
Okay, yeah.
So after a week or something, like the gig was getting closer because it was a last minute one. We searched on Google the name of the club, and it turned out to be a gay club. But I mean, I have nothing against those people, of course not. But I was really scared of what people did we attract, first of all. Second of all, if people are afraid of coming there, like you get really, I'm really a stressful guy, so I was really stressing the shit out of myself, like what the hell. If you see those pictures on the internet, bro, about this club, it's all naked people. It's like sex parties, gay parties, it's like swing. Yeah, it's the maddest stuff.
What's the name of the club?
He wants to go there.
Yeah, definitely. Tell us.
I think I can't give that name, bro. Just for the respect.
I mean, maybe. I think Michael. I mean, do you know what club he might be talking about?
Can you guess what club I'm talking about?
I mean, I don't know every gay club in Cologne, so I guess not. I mean, I just know the 3 or 4 big clubs where drum bass being played.
Fuck it. It was called Club Domhof.
Domhof?
Yeah. But anyway, so we got there and it was like really, really late, last minute. The club didn't fill up, and then we were headlining the night. And 1 hour before, the club was full within no time. We were smoking a cigarette outside and we saw people coming in. And the minute we got back, it was completely full. And I was surprised because all the people were Blacklists, Liquidity, Rampage. It was the perfect people, the perfect fan bases you want to attract.
Amazing.
Nice.
But it was full and packed. It was pretty cool.
Drum bass people are good people. They don't care about whether it's a gay club or not. They just come for proper music.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in Cologne itself, it's known different. But the minute you search this club up, you're gonna see word pictures. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're gonna look it up afterwards. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Anyway, talking about Cologne, Bloom, do you have any funny stories about performing in Cologne or somewhere else?
I wish I had. I mean, I could tell one story about. All of you guys know Bootshaus probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I think Chuck Stevenson, so Stan had a gig there, and I've just been on the guest list, and I've been there, and there was some giant dude, 2 meters and 20, huge dude. He was, if you know the dance culture in Cologne and the Bootshaus, it's more you're really we're not dancing or fighting on the, like, it's mostly, it's 90% mosh pit, and this guy was just bouncing all over the place, and I think I almost died that night, but
but on the other hand, it's a good fun place, man. Wait, is it the one with the caravan as a backstage, or am I confusing places now?
no, not that I know of. It's
there's also a place in Cologne with a caravan, like legit. They just didn't have a backstage; they just put a caravan in the backyard.
Yeah, I know this
that
club.
one.
We went there for a shooting of a video of the trailer of the upcoming album last week, but I forgot the name. I know what you talk about, but the whole club,
Amazing story, man! Amazing story.
the whole club, it's like more than that. The whole club is like a scrapyard, like for artists.
Yeah.
Like they build scrap. They make like fucking robots and dinosaurs out of it.
Rob that does their parties there.
Yeah, also. Yeah.
I think it's Heinz Gaul.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. I think so. I think so. No.
It might be.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want one more story, and I'm gonna pick Rex.
I wish I had a good story, but I haven't had any gigs yet, so...
Really, man? You're all fresh.
Huh?
You're all fresh in the scene.
Yeah, I'm fresh in the scene, so I just got a lot of good memories from like the concerts where I've been in Estonia, but nothing really funny at the moment comes to mind.
Many stories ahead of you, probably.
I think it's time. I mean, I see 2 guys from Estonia here. I see 3 guys from Austria here. We should do like a high tea club tour in at least those 2 countries.
Yeah, we have
we'll,
in Estonia.
we'll make our own good stories, and then we'll do this conversation again in a year or 2, and then we'll have like crazy drug-induced stories, whatever.
Yeah, I think we need to move on to the next one. We get 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. Anyway, let's talk about the creative processes. Yeah, I mean, like, Rex, you tell us now because you didn't have a good story. You have to get a second chance.
All right.
Tell us about the way you approach a new tune, your creative flow, use of instruments. What do you do?
I mean, usually I start out the tune. Sometimes I play guitar, then I hum some melodies over some chords, and then I figure out a good melody like that. Sometimes I just have a vocal sample, and I start building the whole track around the vocals. For example, this specific track was also made like that. That my sister just sang a couple of sentences in over another track, and then I just built my own track around these vocals.
Nice. I mean,
that was your sister, the vocals.
Yeah, I just read it today, man.
Oh.
Incredible, man. Your sister.
Yeah, that's my sister.
You're lucky to have a sister like that.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway,
good family business.
I will tell her.
Good family business, man.
I can send you her contacts.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows?
Now, don't let Philip talk to your sister.
Don't let Robin talk to your sister.
All right. I will send them everyone except Philip.
Okay, that's good. I'll get it to someone else. I'll bribe someone else. Okay, so basically for you it's like guitar, or you started with a vocal?
Yeah, basically like this.
I kind of like the guitar approach. Does anyone else also start out with instruments? Just all vocal, all splice generation.
No, not really.
Tell us, man.
Well, it's sometimes either there is one possibility of splice, like if I'm out of ideas and just browsing splice, some sample came into my mind or like took my attention and tried to work it out around it. But most of the time it's like I'm listening to other genres. I listen to a lot to Eric Prydz or Deadmau5 or some other artists, and I'm always like, I want to merge some elements from their style into drum and bass, and I start to experiment with things, and mostly it end up in the trash bin or it end up completely different. But yeah, that's mostly how I start new projects. Just want to make something not different, but try to take something from other genres or artists, something interesting, and try to make it into drum and bass or something like that.
I think you have two of the masters regarding that just above you, like Dosa and Locust. These guys probably like master taking funk, and then just putting it in
definitely
bass coat, and then
I'm a huge fan of their tracks. They are so funky. I love them.
Yes, man.
maybe this is a nice bridge. Dosa and Locust, tell us about the way you approach your
as I see it, it doesn't depend what you do as long as you just do it. Like I have students who just don't get along because they tell themselves they are not creative or they have no ideas, but you don't actually have to have an idea. You have just to sit in front of a keyboard and press any button, record that, and from there you will see where it leads you. It's just, I think there's just a kind of a block in many people which keeps them from writing stuff because they want to do it better in a way, but still you can do great things with what you come up with. So
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Really good one. Yeah.
I think we do the same sometimes. Sometimes we're just sitting down and we just start with something, and then after an hour it may suck or it doesn't suck, and then you continue.
Sometimes we even know that it's a complete bullshit track, but we're having fun and we just keep going.
But that's still cool. It's if you think about like making music as we just heard from Rex, like on an instrument or having hooks. I personally like the idea of my own tracks being able to play on an instrument, and you would still recognize them without them being engineered in the way they sound, and also like sitting on an instrument and just having a jam and having a go and coming up with harmonies and melodies can be a journey on its own. Even if you don't record it, it's just like a process or a kind of you can just enjoy it,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's what music is for. Yeah.
Okay, a little intermezzo for anyone who's tuned in right now. If you have any questions for one of these guys or whatever, just ask them in the comments. And Julian, you will just when it's a good question, you will stop our call and then just ask the question. Anyway, to get back. Oh wait, I had WhatsApp web open. I need to shut it down, otherwise it's annoying everyone. Okay, sorry guys. Anyway, to continue in this the direction, like the musical creative process direction, I was wondering with whom you would like to collaborate, like work on a track next. And let's see, who has been silent for a bit? Okay, Phonetic, your turn.
Only because I was muted, right?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
What happened with Koen?
Oh. He's gone, I think. He left? Or did he? No, he turned off his video.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, next question is for you, Koen. Don't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Okay, anyway, sorry, man. Continue, please.
With whom I want a collab, or
yeah.
What was the question?
That was the question.
I mean, there's always the difference between what would be cool or what is realistic, right?
Both. I want to hear both, as long as it's a good sound with a match with your sound.
Actually, working together with a quite new producer, which already got played on the Dustkey and Locust show. It's Coastal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Coastal, he's Dutch, right?
Yeah, he's Dutch.
Yeah.
He gets a pretty nice. Actually, don't we have a Coastal dub somewhere in the high
I think.
box?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He sent you some.
Maybe. Anyway, he's working on some cool stuff, man. So how's that?
Definitely. Yeah, it's really nice, and we already are working on a few tunes together. yeah, it's really nice. Let's see what's.
Send it over. I would love to hear it.
You gotta send them over, man. You gotta send them over.
They stay. We will if they're done.
Cool. I just want to kind of hang in here.
Nice. Talking about collaborations, we're actually also doing one with someone in this chat, and it's Koen.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man, it was a really funny story. He just sent us a track that we really liked, and we were like, yeah, I think this could work. And we just started, I think we should send him an update, like
2 days ago.
last week or
Yeah,
something.
he sent us back some feedback, so we're gonna get back at it again.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear where that's going.
Yeah.
Okay, but Koen, if it wasn't us, I mean, like, who doesn't want to collab with Teen Sugar? I mean, but if it wasn't us, who else would you
Dream
like to
collab.
collab with?
I don't know. I don't have any in-person like experience with many artists. So mostly like I collab with my buddy or something.
Okay.
Like that's a guy I met the track on Haiti. That guy is like one of my first producer friend, and like we keep talking and stuff. And he mainly do like house and stuff. But I try to convince him to bass music, and yeah, there we go.
Fighting the good fight,
Nice.
man. Get people over from house to bass music.
Hey, we only have half a minute left, so I think we should round
I got
up.
a message that we got more time on my screen.
Do we?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I was taking it easy now.
Okay, well, if that's true, we can just see where it goes, and if we get cut off,
If we
goodbye.
get cut off, bye-bye.
Okay, now you can continue then.
Yeah. I mean, like, look at the timer. Is the timer still running?
Yeah,
Okay, well, just let us know when something goes wrong, I guess.
like 95, we're at 40 now, and still going, so, okay.
Hoppa! We're still alive. Okay, anyway, I think we've reached the last topic. That's, I mean, that's the big elephant in the room. It's Corona, it's social distancing, it's all this fucking bullshit. But I was wondering, how do you cope as an artist with social distancing? I mean, it's looking like we won't have parties for quite some time. And
In Holland,
we have, like-
we've got people from all over the place. So maybe in another country there are like less stricter rules or something, you know?
that's true. I mean, who's expecting like events this year? I wonder.
Well, actually, in Austria, like the measurements are pretty much gone. Like from today, actually, you don't even have to wear a mask anymore when you go somewhere. So also seated events take place already. I think that like the measurement is there needs to be one seat in between each other, or even two seats, like one seated and then two empty and then another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But correct me, guys, like the other Austrians here, if I'm wrong. I'm not sure about that.
I think so.
But yeah. Other than that,
Have you already seen one of those events, or like been there, or whatever?
No, not at all. But you know, we're just hoping. That's pretty much everything you could do right now, I'd say.
It's funny, like, because in Holland we can also do like those sitting events up until 30 people, and some guys from the south, from a party called What the Fuck, did it, and they even got into like the New York Times and that kind of stuff. It went viral, man. It was really cool to see. So we're basically also doing that, but for instance, take Austria. Do you expect within, like, say, half a year, events, like normal events, 2,000 people in a nightclub?
Personally, yes, but probably I'm super wrong.
I totally feel you. I want to say yes, but I'm afraid it's going to be a no. But we'll see, you know. But anyway, who's living full time from music? At least who was living full time from music, I guess. Okay, that's you two, Dos and Locus, I guess.
No, I don't do it.
How about you?
I still have a part-time job as well.
Oh.
So luckily, yeah.
Yeah, that's good in this during these times.
Oh yeah.
Fanatic, are you full time or part time?
I'm actually full time non-musician. Yeah, I have a full-time job. So music is 100% hobby for now, which is good in these times. But
I guess in these times it is, man. Bloom, how about you?
I'm doing my PhD currently, so that's where money comes from, and try to produce as much as possible. I'm super super lab rat when it comes to music production, so try to spend as much time here as possible.
What do you do? Your PhD in? Like in which field?
It's like AI and data science. If you
Damn. So if your tune get really good in like a couple of years, we know it's just AI doing it for you. Yeah. Okay, cool. How's an overload? How about you, man?
Music is just my hobby for now, but I mean, it's a dream to be a full-time musician. Like, that's just biggest dream of my life. So maybe one day, hopefully. But
if
for
you
now,
really
it's just
want
my
it,
hobby.
you gotta take the leap one day, you know, when you're ready for it. Yeah.
But this is my on the high T. This release is my first big release. So
okay,
taking small steps, but I'm
We hope to
so
hear
happy
more. I
about
really
it.
loved it. We've been playing it out, I think, in all of our recent sets, even live stream sets. I mean, they're not real sets. I'm sorry, but I mean, we fucking love the track, man. Great job. And the same goes for you, Rex. We're playing it out a lot, and the same goes for basically everyone in this chat.
Thanks.
It's really funny.
Thanks,
everyone not in this chat, because we couldn't even invite everyone.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, so there are other artists who made it to our EP. We love all the tracks, and we love everyone.
It's insane, man. Up until the very last one by Census.
Yep.
All fucking bangers. I'm really happy, man. I'm really happy with it. Actually, funny story for Rex and Mr. Blackrose. I sent a video to Julian and Robin earlier. My neighbor was actually playing your tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding, man. I swear it.
Just send me that video as well, man. I want to see that.
Well, it's a really crappy video because I was like.
But I think it's still good content for them.
Well, as long as it's not you just jerking off naked in your room, walking to your window, then it's all good.
Well, that would be better content. I bet there are a lot of people who want to pay big money for that.
Well, I guess we have OnlyFans right now, so join me.
That's true, man. Okay, so anyway, is it correct that no one here is full-time into music, so to say? Which is interesting.
No, it's not really. It's just a hobby.
It kind of depends, you know.
Yeah, true. But I mean, during these days, I mean, I think that's pretty nice place to be in, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's kind of now the last topic evaporated because it was about being a full-time YouTube producer during Corona. But still, I would like to hear. What your days look like during Corona. Do you produce more? Do you produce less? Do you feel inspired more because you're spending more time with your guitar, for instance? Or tell me. Who am I gonna pick? I'm gonna go for Rex.
Yeah, I mean, I have a full-time job. It hasn't changed much for me during Corona. I still go to work, and it hasn't changed much. Just come back, make some music, mess around.
No changes. You're not feeling more inspired because you work from home, or I mean, do you work from home?
Yeah, I work from home. Yeah.
So you can make music while you're being paid.
No, I don't work from home. I go to work, but I work on music from home.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, who actually here is working and has made music while working?
I used to do my old job.
Once.
Okay, wait.
Maybe my boss is watching, you know?
Yeah.
I saw Phonetic, I saw Bloom, I saw Blackrose. I saw 3. Am I correct, or anyone else?
Oh, kinda a bit.
Kinda. Okay. Anyone who did it during the quarantine? During work hours?
No.
Okay.
No, you gotta be careful on social media what you say.
Yeah.
The boss might be
Watching.
Let's not share that something.
watching you.
I mean, which is kind of cool is, you know, I'm like lecture in a university, and because of Corona, we had to switch to virtual classrooms. So I basically recorded like let's play videos, or like videos in a let's play outfit kind of, and just had to sit beside Microsoft Teams actually while the students were watching it, and when they had questions I could answer them online. So basically in these 2 hours where the lesson was, I could do what I want. I just had to be available, and therefore I made some music that time.
Nice.
Perfect, man.
Nice.
That's super
epic.
efficient.
I don't know if that counts, but that's... Sorry?
You're making money while making money.
Yeah, true that. Well, yeah, making money while not making money, you mean?
Well, I mean, like, making money while making €8 on royalties.
Exactly, yeah. Like, for lifetime.
Okay, anyway, I think we've come to the end of all the topics. There's maybe one last thing I was wondering about.
There was a question from the audience, or are we gonna wait?
There's
for
a
that?
question from the audience, and that is, how long did it take to put the entire EP together, from sending over first bits all the way to the release?
Yeah, I think I can answer that. It was mainly a pretty long time, like a year from the first tune. I think Phonetics tune was the one we had laying around for the longest. And we gave him some feedback, and you know, sometimes you as an artist you have to wait with a tune for a bit to grow like with your technical skills, and then finish it up later. And I think with this track it ended up really nice, and the other tracks came in in the period between a year ago and now. And with some tunes you just have to wait for the right moment to release them and the right compilation. Yeah,
I think on the one hand we had Phonetic that was laying around for a long time, and I think we had a lot of sending back and forth regarding the drums, I believe it was, but they end up really good actually. But the fastest one actually, this is definitely Black Rose. I've never experienced this. I've never in my fucking life. I was like, hey, do you want to do a remix for us? And he, Niels was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, I think the same day, he was like, what do you think of this? And I was like, yeah, I would already sign this actually. That was so fast, man. It made no sense. How did you do that? What was your creative process? Just to get back to that topic.
I don't know, but I gotta be honest, I work really fast. Like, you and I will link up maybe one day in the studio. I mean, we're from Holland. But I work pretty fast. So I'm like really on, okay, this is what I hear. If I have no inspiration of the tune, I wouldn't do it. But if I hear it and I have like, yeah, this is it, then I know what I need to do. Like, I produced for 10 years. Like, I come home from work, I eat, I go straight up here and just produce from 6 p.m. till like 2 o'clock in the night, and then wake up at 7 in the morning again. Like, that's my daily routine. So
yeah, 5 hours sleep.
I mean, yeah, like that's the perfect routine for me. But I mean, like, this is really, I don't know. It's just what I do, I guess.
I think we should sit together now, man. It sounds like a different approach. We should try that. Rob and I we can spend years on a single track.
Yeah, but we've also had tunes which came together in one day, basically.
That's true.
It's always
really
so random. Yeah.
Sometimes the tunes write themselves, and sometimes it's fucking Fight Against Mordor or something. I don't know, man.
Well, I gotta be honest. If I make a track and it does gonna cost me a lot of time, it's gonna be a track that I sing myself, or like Rance, the other half of Black Rose, is singing. Because you have to write the lyrics and it has to be good. You have to like master all the stuff because it's your voice, but you still like in your head like I hate my voice, but you want to make it good, and like it's a long process on the way.
So
I think that takes the most time.
You both sing on your own tracks.
Yeah, like we
That's
do all
really
the vocals.
cool, yeah.
Like from I guess it was like November, we released Voices. We did one more track with Scientific. That was of course like a vocal we got from Splice because it fitted really good.
Was that you?
No, but I mean, besides that one, like from November, I guess, like we released only, and we're gonna release only like self-synced or MC'd or vocals tracks, like whatever, like every vocal is us. Also, the upcoming album is like 13 tracks. It's like 100% Black Rose voice. So that was the challenge.
Great.
Yeah. There's like
a couple of different approaches. One, you get a vocalist. 2, you sing it yourself. 3, you have a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Guys, I think we've reached the end. Unless do we have any other questions?
Yeah, we had 2 questions. One is, what other genres do you guys listen to other than D&B? But we already kind of discussed it. It's a lot of, I heard like a lot of funk and Eric Prydz and Deadmau5.
I heard some metal.
Guess metal as well. So yeah, does anyone have?
And
any
otherwise,
additions?
they can rewatch the stream.
True.
They can find out.
Mostly, I don't listen to drum and bass at all anymore. Like for 2 years already, I listen to almost pretty much only like really raw trap. Definitely, mostly dubstep and like raw style or something like really, really fucking aggressive. Or it goes to really lo-fi like Coldplay and stuff. I can really relax on that. But it's like either way, this or that. Like there's not much drum and bass I listen unless I'm like in the middle of it, like this album for an example, or the artist I work with, I listen to those, but besides for that, not much.
Does anyone here have any super strange, like I know obviously nothing is really strange, but like of the normal genres or whatever, just something weird to listen to?
I mean, I recently mastered an album of a friend of mine. They're doing some kind of electronic jazz mixed with Viennese songs. So I'm not sure if that's enjoyable for anyone who's not from Austria, because there is like the Viennese twang in there. But this is like the weirdest I've heard so far in terms of music, at least.
You gotta send it over. Now I want to hear it.
I will, yeah. I will.
Okay. Well, in that case, Benny wins this round.
Yeah. Nice. What did I win? A release on IT.
I know exactly.
I already got it.
Golden buzzer.
I know exactly what you will win. It's a bottle of cognac.
Congratulations.
And then again,
free
I
access
can
to
keep
mine.
it for years.
Fair enough.
Keep it for years again. Yeah, that's just between me and Benny. This is just between me and Benny. It's very personal. I've had like this bottle of cognac on my room for years.
Nice one.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, you know, it has to age, you know.
That's the age.
It only gets better.
Okay, guys, thank you all for joining in. And thank you all for submitting music to IT. We would love to hear more from you guys. I loved every single track on there. To all the people who are just tuned in or who have been with us all session, make sure to listen to the entire album. All of these lovely guys are on there, and even way more who couldn't make it or whatever. Anyway, thank you all for being here, and I say until we party again somewhere in the future.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Let's do it.
See you guys.
All right.
All right.
Goodbye,
Cheers,
everybody.
guys.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.